Oh, you, Amarpati Prabhu, Sumukhi Mataji, or and oh, it's the same. They're not yet come. Anyone wants to say? Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Dvaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Dvaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Dvaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Ave Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I made you co-host, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. I started recording now.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela Chapter 4 Text 208.
217, Mataji.
Huh?
217.
217?
Yeah, that is what I have noted. I'm just thinking.
Maybe 207.
Okay.
Because no, yeah, 208 because I've marked it. Mat sevaya pratitam te salokyadi chatustayam nechanti sevaya purna kuto anyat kala viplutham. 208, text 208. My devotees, having fulfilled their desires by serving me, do not accept the four kinds of salvation that are easily earned by such service. Why then should they accept any pleasures that are lost in the course of time? This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 9.4.67 was spoken by the Lord in connection with the characteristics of Maharaja Ambarisha. Merging into the existence of the Absolute is as temporary as living in the celestial kingdom. Both of them are controlled by time. Neither position is permanent. So that is something. This impersonal merging is also not permanent. Because after some time, the soul, there is no karma. Like the heavenly planets, it's determined by karma. The Brahmajyoti, it is not karma, but the soul cannot be happy there. He'll feel terrible that I don't have any relationships, no love, nothing, no variety. And automatically he will come down to the material world to taste some variety. And unless he gets, in the Brahmajyoti also, there is a chance. Lord Shiva from Mahesh Dham, he goes around looking for souls who can be, reclaimed. And then he catches them, whichever is a little, fed up, and then he sees that they're ready. He catches them and takes them to Mahesh Dham. And there he makes them also meditate because he is worshipping, meditating on Lord Sankarshana in Mahesh Dham. So they also, associate with him and they also serve him and they become Vaishnavas. And then the because that Mahesh Dham, one part of it, Mahesh Dham consists of two parts. One is the dark part, which is closer to the material world, and the other part is where it is stretches out to the spiritual world. So over there, all these impersonalists who are taken by Shiva, and they sit and meditate, and then they are sent to the Vaikuntha Dham. So being in the Brahmajyoti is also temporary. Kama Gandha Hina Swabhavika Gopi Prema Nirmala Ujjvala Shuddha Yena Dagdha Hema. The natural love of the gopis is devoid of any trace of lust. It is faultless, bright, and pure like molten gold. Krishnera Sahaya Guru Bandhava Preyasi Gopika Haina Priya Shishya Sakidasi. The gopis are the helpers, teachers, friends, wives, dear disciples, confidants, and serving maids of Lord Krishna. The gopis are the helpers, teachers, friends, wives, dear disciples, confidants, and serving maids of Lord Krishna. Sahaya, Sahaya Guruva Shishya Bhujishya Bandhava Striya Satyam Vadami Te Partha Gopya Kim Me Bhavanti Na. O Partha, I speak to you the truth. The gopis are my helpers, teachers, disciples, servants, friends, and consorts. I do not know what they are not to me. Everything. This is verse from Gopi Premamrita. Gopika Janena Krishnera Manera Vanchita Prema Seva Paripati Ishtasam Samihita. The gopis know Krishna's desires and they know how to render perfect loving service for his enjoyment. They perform their service expertly for the satisfaction of their beloved. So two things are required to become expert in knowing what Krishna wants and to do that service very nicely. That is only to be completely surrendered to Krishna and desiring to please Krishna. And according to our level of desire and surrender, Krishna reveals what he wants. And because the gopis are completely surrendered and they have so much desire to please Krishna, then they know perfectly whatever Krishna wants, the esoteric things, which all, even other rasa people don't know. Gopis know. And Krishna doesn't even have to tell them. They, from within, they are inspired to behave and speak and do everything the way Krishna wants. And that's why, we're not supposed to find fault with the Vaishnavas because the gopis, how do they know? They Radharani, she whatever she behaves, we cannot find fault with her and say, "Oh, Radharani, why did she get angry with Krishna? Why did she shout at him?" Everything is done at Krishna's instance only, all of them. Like even the time when Krishna went away with Viraja and Radharani was told, see what Krishna is doing. So they all got into a plane, huge plane, and then it flew from Radharani's place to this Virija, where Virija was. And then she wanted to go there, and it was being guarded by all the Gopas. So then they were having some discussion, argument, and all that, and the Gopas prevented Radharani from entering. So when Krishna heard this sound, they were all arguing something. He understood that Radha has come. So quickly he disappeared. And Viraja, she also got scared and she became a river and started flowing there. So Radharani went and saw and she said, "Oh, you Nadi and Nada." And she called Krishna Nada, Nadi and Nada. Huh? So she said, "You also become a Nada uh, in the male river, and then you can all the time be together." She got so angry, she walks out and she goes to her place. And then Krishna, of course, comes there, and where Radharani starts, really hurling all kinds of abuses at him. And Sridama, who is her brother only, but he gets very upset with Radha. And then and Krishna is so scared, and the gopis, they take Krishna. Krishna, now, no, let Radharani cool down. So they take him to inside chamber, and they are with Krishna inside. And meanwhile, Sridham gets very upset with Radharani, and he says, "Do you know who Krishna is? Don't you know that he is the supreme personality of Godhead?" And everybody, even the topmost people, everybody are taking shelter of his lotus feet. How can he talk like this? So that time, Radharani gets upset. Oh, so you know perfectly how to behave with Krishna, and I don't know. Is it? And then because you're saying all this to me, and she curses him, you be born in the, because born in the material world is an asura, because you can't even distinguish, you're just, talking like this. And Sri Rama was also gets upset, and then, uh, no, I think first Sri Rama curses Radharani. He says that because you, you don't value him, you go, I curse you to be born in the material world, and there you should have separation from Krishna for 100 years. And so Radharani in turn curses Sri Rama that, you don't even understand anything, and so you also become a asura, and she curses him also to go. And both of them, after the curse, they feel so bad for having spoken like that, because normally they're not like that. And in the spiritual world, nobody curses anybody like that. But it is all orchestrated by Krishna from within. And when they go and tell Krishna, oh, Krishna, this happened, what to do, and all that, Krishna said, no, no problem, don't worry. So, like that, everybody serves only whatever Krishna wants. Mm. The gopis know Krishna's desires, and they know how to render perfect loving service for his enjoyment. They perform their services expertly for the satisfaction of their beloved. Man mahatmyam mat saparyam mat shraddham man manogatam jananti gopika partha nanye jananti tatvata. O Partha, the gopis know my greatness, my loving service, respect for me, and my mentality. Others cannot really know these. This verse was spoken by Lord Krishna to Arjuna in the Adi Purana. So gopis are the ones who know about Krishna's greatness and how to serve him lovingly, and they have great respect for Krishna, and they know about his mentality. से गोपी गण मध्य उत्तम राधिका रूपे गुणे सौभाग्ये preme sarvadhika. Among the gopis, Srimati Radhika is the foremost. She surpasses all in beauty, in good qualities, in good fortune, and above all, in love. Among all the gopis, Srimati Radharani is the most exalted. She is the most beautiful, the most qualified, and above all, the greatest lover of Krishna. Yata Radha Priya Vishnus Tasya Kundam Priyam Tata Sarva Gopishu Saivaika Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha. Just as Radha is dear to Lord Krishna, so her bathing place, Radha Kund, is dear to him. She alone is his most beloved of all the gopis. This verse is from the Padma Purana. Trailoke Prithvi Dhanya Yatra Vrindavanam Puri Tatrapi Gopika Partha Yatra Radha Bida Mama. O Partha, in all the three planetary systems, this earth is especially fortunate, for on earth is the town of Vrindavana. And there the gopis are especially glorious, because among them is my Srimati Radharani. This was spoken by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, is cited from the Adi Purana. So earth is glorious because of Vrindavana. And of course, gopis are glorious because Radharani is with them, among them. Radha Saha Krida Rasa Vriddhira Karana Arasab Gopi Gana Rasopakarana. All the other gopis help increase the joy of Krishna's pastimes with Radharani. The gopis act as the instruments of their mutual enjoyment. It is said that the gopis are divided into 5 groups, namely the Sakhis, Nitya Sakhis, Prana Sakhis, Priya Sakhis, and Paramapreshta Sakhis. All these all these fair complexioned associates of Srimati Radharani, Queen of Vrindavan Dham, are expert artists in evoking erotic sentiments in Krishna. The Parama, the Parama Preshta Sakis are 8 in number. And in the ecstatic dealings of Krishna and Radha, they side sometimes with Krishna and at other times with Radharani, just to create a situation in which it appears that they favor one against the other. That makes the exchange of mellows more palatable. So there are 5 groups of gopis. One are just the Sakis, and then Nitya Sakis, Prana Sakis, Priya Sakis, and Parama Preshta Sakis. Krishnera Vallabha Radha Krishna Pranadhana Tanha Vinu Saka Hetu Nahi Gopi Gana. Radha is the beloved consort of Krishna, and she is the wealth of his life. Without her, the gopis cannot give him pleasure. So that is why when they were having the Rasa dance and Radharani left, then Krishna also left, and the gopis were left without Krishna. Kamsh, Kamsharir api samsara vasana baddha shrinkalam radham adhaya hridaye tat tatyaja vrajasundari. Lord Krishna, the enemy of Kamsa, left aside the other gopis during the Rasa dance and took Srimati Radharani to his heart, for she is the helper of the Lord in realizing the essence of his desires. Mm. In this verse from Gita Govinda 3.1, Jayadev Goswami describes Sri Krishna's leaving the Ras Leela to search for Srimati Radharani. Stei Radhara Bhavalana Chaitanya Vatara Yuga Dharma Nama Prema Kaila Parachara. Lord Chaitanya appeared with a sentiment of Radha. He preached the dharma of this age, the chanting of the holy name, and pure love of God. Sei bhaveni javancha karila purana avatare raye vancha mulakarana. In the mood of Srimati Radharani, he also fulfilled his own desires. This is the principal reason for his appearance. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Gosani Rajendra Kumara Rasamaya Murti Krishna Sakshat Sringara. Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya is Krishna Rajendra Kumara, the embodiment of rasas. He is amorous love personified. Sei rasa aswadite kaila avatara anusange kailasa bharasera prachara. He made his appearance to taste that conjugal mellow and incidentally to broadcast all the rasas. Actually, the Madhurya Ras expands through Srimati Radharani and Lord Balaram. He is the bestower of the other rasas. Vishvesham Anurajanena Janayan Anandam Indivara Shreni Shamala Komalair Upanayan Agher Anangotsavam Swachandam Brajasundaribhir Abhitaha Pratyangam Alingita Shringhara Saki Murtiman Iva Madau Mugdo Harihi Kridati. My dear friends, just see how Sri Krishna is enjoying the season of spring with the gopis embracing each of his limbs. He is like amorous love personified. With his transcendental pastimes, he enlivens all the gopis and the entire creation with his soft bluish black arms and legs. which resemble blue lotus flowers. He has created a festival for Cupid. So this is a verse from the Gita Govinda 1.11. Vasanta Ritu, and how Krishna is enjoying. So his arms and legs themselves resemble blue lotus flowers. And so it looks like a Cupid, festival for Cupid. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Gosani Rase Rasadana Ashesha Vishesha Kaila Rasa Aswadana. Lord Krishna Chaitanya is the abode of rasa. He himself tasted the sweetness of rasa in endless ways. Say, ते द्वारे प्रवर्ति थैला कली युग धर्म Chaitanya Radha se jane ye sab marma. Thus he initiated the dharma for the age of Kali. The devotees of Lord Chaitanya know all these truths. Purport: Lord Chaitanya is Sri Krishna himself, the absolute enjoyer of the love of the gopis. He himself assumes the role of the gopis to taste the predominated happiness of transcendental mellows. He appeared in that mode, but simultaneously he propagated the religious process for this age in a most fascinating way. Only the confidential devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can understand this transcendental secret. Hmm. Okay, so this is only the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, the Gaudiya tradition, in the parampara. We know this. All the time we are told about what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood, how he's enjoying the rasa of Radharani, of being in a gopi bhav. And then he's also simultaneously come to give the dharma for this age, Sankirtana. Advaita Acharya Nityananda Srinivasa Gadadara Damodara Murari Haridasa Arayatha Chaitanya Krishnera Bhakta Gana Bhakti Bhave Sire Dhari Sabhara Charana Advaita Acharya Nityananda Srivas Pandita Gadadhar Swarupa Damodara Murari Gupta Haridasa and all the other devotees of Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, bowing down with devotion, I hold their lotus feet on my head. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita teaches us that we must offer our respectful obeisances to all such pure, confidential devotees of Lord Chaitanya. If we indeed want to know him in truth. So first we must offer our respectful obeisances to all such pure, confidential devotees of Lord Chaitanya if we indeed want to know him in truth. So Krishna is very clear that if we have to, he is happy only when we worship and respect respect and worship his devotees, especially all the great acharyas, who are all actually gopis, and they've come in this form. Of course, no, Advaita Acharya, Nityananda, they are not gopis. Srivas Pandita also no. Gadadhar, Swarupa Damodar, and okay, here Ramanand Rai is not mentioned. So, and the others are all, of course, um, Murari Gupta is not even Krishna's devotee, is Rama's. Shasta Slokera Yei Kahila Abhasha Mula Slokera Arthasuna Kariye Prakasha. I've given a hint of the sixth verse. Now please hear as I reveal the meaning of that original verse. Sri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Idriso Vanayaiva Swadyo Yenadbhuta Madhurima Idriso Va Madiya Saukyam Chasya Mad Anubhavataha Kidrisham Veti Lobat Tadbhavadya Samajani Tachi Garba Tindau Harindu. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love. The Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotion, appears from the appears from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi as the moon appears from the ocean. Hmm. Appears from the womb of Sachi Devi as the moon appears from the ocean. So actually, just like the moon, it seems when it's rising that it is coming from the ocean, but it's not actually like that. It is not part of the ocean. Similarly, the Lord comes from Sachimata's womb, but it's not like he actually comes. It appears that he is appearing from her womb. ये सब सिद्धांता गूढ़ा कही तेना युयाया ना कही ले केहा ihara antana hi paya. All these conclusions are unfit to disclose in public, but if they are not disclosed, no one will understand them. So that is the predicament. Therefore, I shall mention them, revealing only their essence, so that loving devotees will understand them, but fools will not. Anyone who has captured Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu in his heart will become blissful by hearing all these transcendental conclusions. ये सब सिद्धांताः या आमरेरा पल्लव भक्तगणम कोकिलेरा सर्वदा vallabha. All these conclusions are like the newly grown twigs of a mango tree. They are always pleasing to the devotees, who in this way resemble cuckoo birds. Cuckoo birds, I think, I don't know if the cuckoo bird is the one which has the Swati ka boond, it says it has only that uh, raindrop water which comes in the nakshatra of Swati. It won't have any other water. So, like that, maybe because this all these very pleasing to the devotees, all these conclusions, because they resemble cuckoo birds. Abhakta ustrera ithe nahaya pravesha tabe chitte haya mura ananda vishesha. The camel-like non-devotees cannot enter into these topics. Therefore, there is special jubilation in my heart. ये लागी कहते भया से यदि न जाने यहाँ बाई की बासुके आचित्र भुवाने. For fear of them, I do not wish to speak. But if they do not understand, then what can be happier in all the three worlds? So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying, I don't want to speak because everybody will read, even those who don't have that faith. But if they do not understand, then what can be happier? Because if unqualified people understand, they'll misuse it. So if they don't understand, it's good, he's saying. Ata eva bhakta gane kari namaskara Nishanke kahiye tara hatuk chamatkara. Therefore, after offering obeisances to the devotees for their satisfaction, I shall speak without hesitating. Krishnera vichara eka achaye antare Purnananda Purnarasa Rupa kahe more. Once Lord Krishna considered within his heart, everyone says that I am complete bliss, full of all rasas. Premananda Purna Rasarupa. I am complete bliss and full of all rasas. Ama haite anandita haya tribhuvan. Ama ke ananda dibe aiche kon jana. All the world derives pleasure from me. Is there anyone who can give me pleasure? Ama haite yarahaya shata shata guna sei jana ahladite paramoramana. One who has 100 times more qualities than me could give pleasure to my mind. Ama haite guni bhada jagate asambhava. Ekali radha te taha kari anubhava. One, one more qualified than me is impossible to find in the world. But in Radha alone, I feel the presence of one who can give me pleasure. Koti kama jini rupa yadyapi amara asamurdhva asamurdhva madhurya samya nahi yara. Although my beauty defeats the beauty of 10 million cupids, although it is unequaled and unsurpassed, and although it gives pleasure to the three worlds, seeing Radharani gives pleasure to my eyes. So Krishna also, he is the source of pleasure to everyone, and he also needs to get pleasure. And Srimati Radharani is the only person um, who can give pleasure to his eyes. Mora Vamshi Gite Akarshaye Tribhuvana Radhara Vachane Hari Amara Shravana. The vibration of my transcendental flute attracts the three worlds, but my ears are enchanted by the sweet words of Srimati Radharani. So we are attracted, his flute attracts the three worlds, but Krishna himself is attracted only by the sweet words of Srimati Radharani. Yadyapi amara gandhi jagat sugandha mora chitta prana hari radha radha anga gandha. Although my body lends fragrance to the entire creation, the sense of Radharani's limbs captivates my mind and heart. Yadyapi amara rase jagata sarasa radhara adhara rasa amakare vatsa. Although the entire creation is full of different tastes because of me, I am charmed by the nectarian taste of the lips of Srimati Radharani. Yadyapi amara sparsha kotindu sitala radhikara sparshe amakare susitala. And although my touch is cooler than 10 million moons, I am refreshed by the touch of Srimati Radhika. Yei mata jagatera suke ami hetu radhikara rupa guna amara jivatu. Thus, although I am the source for the happiness of the entire world, the beauty and attributes of Sri Radhika are my life and soul. Yei mata anubhava amara pratita vichari dekhiye yadi sabe viprahita. In this way, my affectionate feelings for Srimati Radharani may be understood, but on analysis, I find them contradictory. Radhara darshane mora judaya nayana, amara darshane radha suke ageyana. My eyes are fully satisfied when I look upon Srimati Radharani, but by looking upon me, she becomes even more advanced in satisfaction. So, this is the contradiction, that the whole world is attracted by Krishna, and Krishna is attracted by Radharani. And so he thinks that, she is the topmost. But he is saying that Radharani is getting much more happiness from him. So, because she is, he, because she has got more attributes, he thinks he is attracted by her. But he is surprised that she is getting so much satisfaction, much more satisfaction from him. परस्पर वेणु गीते हरये चेतना मोरा ब्रह्मे तामा तेरे करे alingana. The flute-like murmur of the bamboos rubbing against one another steals Radhika's consciousness, for she thinks it is to be the round of, for she thinks it is to be the sound of my flute, and she embraces a tamala tree, mistaking it for me. So when the bamboos rub against one another, and there is, the wind and the sound that comes, she thinks it is coming from, it's like the flute. So this is what, I mean, even when she hears the bamboos, she thinks of Krishna. And Tamala tree, because it is dark, black, like Krishna, blackish, so she embraces it, the Tamal tree, mistaking it for Krishna. Actually, that's why Prabhupada gave the name Tamal Krishna Maharaj, because he said that, you know, you he explained the meaning of the name Tamal Krishna, because of the dark, this thing, it's a substitute for Krishna. And especially when Krishna is not there in Vrindavan, then Radharani embraces Tamala tree and thinks that is Krishna. Krishna alingana painu janama safale, Krishna suke magna rahe vrikshakari kole. I have gotten the embrace of Sri Krishna, she thinks. So now my life is fulfilled. Thus she remains immersed in pleasing Krishna, taking the tree in her arms. Anukule bhate yadi paya mora ganda udiya padite chani premahaya anda. When a favorable breeze carries to her the fragrance of my body, she is blinded by love and tries to fly into that breeze. See, because the breeze has got Krishna's fragrance, she wants to fly into the air. Tambula charvitaya bikhare aswadhane ananda samudre dube kichui na jane. When she tastes the beetle chewed by me, she merges in an ocean of joy and forgets everything else. Actually, so this is what Krishna gives as his mercy, what he chose, the pan to Radharani and also the gopis. There's a very wonderful pastime, very amazing. You might not have heard of Radha and Krishna. So what happened was that Kutila, she told her mother Jatila, this Radharani, she is meeting Krishna, she's, too often and all that, and it's not good. It'll bring a bad this thing for our family. And she is very attached to her brother Abhimanyu. So she told her mother that we must stop Radharani from going out anywhere. So Jatila said, yes, I'm going to make a rule. The Radharani should not go out anywhere. She must be only inside the house. And then Kutila will say, but then this Yashoda, She wants her to go and cook every day in a house for Krishna. What about that? Then Jatila said, no, I'm going to tell Yashoda that if they want any food for Krishna, they can come here and rather than can cook a few things and give. And somebody can come collect it and go. She's not going to go there. So they made a rule like this and they went and told Yashoda also. So Yashoda agreed. And I mean, what can you say? She wanted Radharani to come there because she has got the blessings of Durvas Muni, that whoever eats the food cooked by Radharani will have long life and good health and all that. And naturally, she wanted that for her Krishna. And so every day Radharani used to go. And so now they made a rule like this. And so Radharani was like feeling very bad that she can't go anything, she can't go and do that seva also. And and Krishna also stopped. I mean, now Rohini was the one who was cooking for Krishna, and Mother Yashoda was very sad that, because Krishna was not eating as much like when Radharani was cooking. So then Dhanishta came and she told, she came and told, see, because we let Radharani make something over here so that, I'll come and take it. So then Jatila said, all right, fine. So Radharani made the very next day very many, many items and all that. And Dhanishta came to take it. And then she whispered into Radharani's ear, now you pretend tomorrow that you got a snake bite. Okay, then everything Krishna will take care. So Radharani, the next day, she pretended that some snake had bitten her. And how did it bite her? She said she was with her friends, and the friends told the story that somehow she was just searching for some ornament which had fallen here and there. She was placing a hand under the tree. They were all sitting under the tree, and Radharani was searching for some ornament, and then a snake bit her. They came and told. So she was lying down, and the Jatila was in a, she didn't know what to do. She looked for all doctors here, there. Nobody could, you don't, or not ordinary doctors, you need a snake charmer who can remove that poison. So there was nobody in Vraja who could do that. Then Nandimukhi, she came. Nandimukhi is, um, who's this thing? Nandimukhi. Anyway, she's a gopi. And Nandimukhi's, she came and said that my sister Vidyavali, she is now come. She was married to Gargamuni's son, but now, she's come to Vrindavan and she is there in my house. She can remove this. She knows how to do that. And actually, uh, she told, I mean, actually, it is Krishna himself. Krishna, it took the form of Vidyavali, and he was there in Nandimukhi's house. And Jatila, when she heard that Nandimukhi's sister was there who can cure, she said, please, please ask her to come and all that. She said, no, no, she doesn't like to go to anybody's house and all that. So Jatila and Kutila both will go running to her house, and Jatila will fall at the feet of Vidyavali. Please, please come and cure my daughter-in-law. Then, he'll really make a fuss. He'll say, oh, I'm married to a Brahmana family, this Gargamuni. Brahmana, I mean, very aristocratic family. We just don't go to anybody's house just like that. We only invited, I mean, if we are invited and all that, we'll go. And here, of course, in Vrindavana, it is different. You're all belonging to the Gopi class. I mean, the Gopas, cowherd men. You just freely, women go from any house to anywhere. You all go. I cannot go like that. What will my, now I'm married to that family. And if I go here and there, they will get a bad name. Then so Jatila, no, first she said all this after coming to Jatila's house. Jatila said, please bring your sister, please. She'll beg Nandimukhi. So Nandimukhi will bring Vidyavali, which is actually Krishna. I mean, her real sister Vidyavali was married there, but now Krishna is taking her form. And so she brought her there. And then Krishna, Vidyavali said, okay, no, she came to whose house? Then from there, Jatila came and begged her. He said, okay, if it will save some girl's life, I'm ready to come. But then, I've heard all bad things about Krishna's, that he's of a bad character and he attracts all beautiful girls to himself and all that. Oh, I cannot go out. I'm very scared to even step out of my house over here. Then so he make all kinds of excuses, and finally, and of course he says, okay, just if it will save somebody's life, I'll come. And then he went, Jatila takes her to a house, but then he makes all these things that I what will cure her is, no, I have to chant a mantra. I have to chant a mantra on top of a beetle, I mean pan, and then I have to, whatever I'll chew that pan, and the remnants your daughter-in-law will have to eat. Will she be ready? Then Jatila will say, that's okay. You are a Brahmin family and all that. She respects Brahmanas very much. Please, please come. She's very nice. She will have it and all that. So the Krishna made elaborate arrangements. The very nice pastime. Finally, so she will agree, and so Krishna will chew the pan and then give it to Radharani, who will have it. But then after that, he'll say, still the poison has not left. And so then say, what else to do? Then he'll do something else. Still the poison has not left. Then he'll say, see, this is something very special. I need to be alone in a room with her, and you all go out, because I'm going to call the king of all snakes, because nothing is working. King of all snakes will come and remove the poison directly from her body. So you all should go outside. And meanwhile, actually, Krishna did all kinds of things. He said, see, I have to chant mantra on every, because I should know where, which part of the body's got the poison. So I'll have to touch every part, chant the mantra and find out. So he will do all that. And then after that, so then he'll say, you all go out. So Jatila will say, yeah, let's all go out. And the door will be closed and they'll be waiting there. And meanwhile, Krishna, he will call for this. I mean, he said it requires about 3 4 hours and all that. So after that, then he will call out. I mean, he'll speak in the voice of Sarparaj. So Sarparaj comes and he says that, see, I am I come from Lord Shambhu. Okay, he is this a snake from coming from Kailas, and I only came and bit Radharani. Why? So because Shiva is very upset with Jatila, because Shiva's this thing incarnation is Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni is very upset because Radharani, to whom he gave blessings, that her cooking will be very, will give long life and good health and all that, and she is not allowed to go and cook for Krishna. And this Jatila is making all bad, this thing, insinuations about Krishna. And I mean, he's saying all bad things about his character and not allowing Radharani to go and cook. That is why Shiva, because his Ishtadev is Krishna, and he cannot tolerate like this. Why is Jatila unnecessarily saying bad things about Krishna and not allowing Radharani to go and cook? That is why. So then Krishna, I mean, in the voice of Vidyavali, will ask the Sarparaj, so why did you have to bite Radharani? You could have bitten Jatila only. He said, no, no, because because Shiva wanted Jatila and Kutila to suffer for some time and then die. So first they could have bitten Abhimanyu. That is their greatest attachment, to their son. But then Abhimanyu is protected by Radharani's chastity. As long as Radharani is, there, he can never die because of her chastity. So that is why I built Radharani. Now, if Radharani dies, then Abhimanyu will also die. And then if Abhimanyu dies, Jatila and Kutila will suffer for some time and also die. That's why I bit Radharani. So then he'll say, okay, what should Jatila do in order to, be forgiven by Lord Shiva? So he said she should allow her to go every day and cook. All this Krishna in his voices. And then finally, of course, Jatila agrees and everything is fine. And then she, even because she's in the girl's form now and it's in the middle of the night, all this is happening. So Jatila, Vidyavali and Nandimukhi will say, okay, we'll go home. Jatila and Kutila will say, no, you're all from great, Vaishnava, aristocratic families. Please, you should not go out in the middle of the night. You sleep here only. So then, and Nandimukhi will say, I think Vidyavali should remain with Radharani tonight because this effect of the poison might be still there in her body. So Jatila agrees to everything. But anyway, the entire pastime is narrated because it is connected with this Gopi and Radharanis and all that. But the main thing is about how this pan chewing, Krishna likes, Krishna will give the chewed pan to Radharani and the gopis. And so when she tastes the beetle chewed by me, she merges in an ocean of joy and forgets everything else. Even with hundreds of mouths, I could not express the transcendental pleasure she derives from my association. Hmm. Seeing the luster of her complexion and our pastimes together, I forget my own identity in happiness. Okay, we'll stop now. Text 256. Any questions or comments?